Your San Francisco 49ers are set to face off against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It's been a long 2 weeks, fellas. It's been a long 2 weeks of a lot of non-football questions being asked to football players. A lot of, conspiracy theories about, if this game's rigged or not. All that type of stuff. I don't care about it, right? And honestly, this video, won't even be just me going through. Well, I am going through every single position and my thoughts on it on the 49ers side of it. But basically, this is just me, celebrating the season and how the 49ers are going. But before we do anything about how I think the 49ers are about to freaking beat the Kansas City Chiefs, we first have to roll that intro. Hey guys, Dawson and Shar here once again for the final preview video of this season. If you're still here since, the Steelers won, thank you guys so much. Very much a weird season for me because this was the first, season since I've started school. Some videos didn't come out. That's my own fault, but I think I've done a lot of content. I've made a lot of content, and I hope you guys have enjoyed a lot of this content. But let's get into what you hear, right? 49ers Chiefs. This has been an interesting matchup to look like, right? It's like a 2-point spread in favor of the 49ers because, well, it's weird. I think we got to start offensively, right? If the 49ers were to win this game, right, I think, the offense cannot be how they started against Green Bay. They can't be how they started against Detroit. Because you know why? You can't give more opportunities to score to Patrick Mahomes, right? You need drives that are long-sustaining. You need drives that keep Mahomes on the bench. You need drives that are just straight up bully ball and, crush the spirit of the Chiefs defense. And then here's the thing about it. That's going to be a bit tough because here's the thing about it. Even if, Josh Allen utterly destroyed this Kansas City defense, right? They were still able to hold the Ravens to, basically the MVP did not look like the MVP at home. There's an interesting conversation about did the Ravens actually knew what they were basically doing? Did they get scared of Patrick Mahomes? And in my opinion, they probably did. This Kansas City, defense, they have stepped up. They did step up against Baltimore, but how much is that because they just didn't want to go and run the ball? If we're looking at pass defense for the Kansas City Chiefs, they are great at that. Rushing defense, they're in the middle of the pack, and somehow Baltimore did not want to attack that. And there's already been a lot of discussion as to that, but the most important point is this. This is a running attacked San Francisco 49ers team. Christian McCaffrey was the offensive player of the year. Somehow still wasn't even close to any MVP votes. That's an entirely different conversation. But honestly, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm doing what everyone thinks you didn't do the last time you faced the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and run the ball down their throats. You got Debo healthy enough. You got Christian healthy enough. And, actually, I think Brock Purdy, this is going to be an interesting game for Brock Purdy in the sense that, this is his first extended time going against a Steve Spagnuolo defense. And, you gotta give credit to Spagnuolo. He's probably the best, DC going. And, Chiefs are lucky that this guy does not want a head coaching job in the NFL. And Brock Purdy is a very smart quarterback. He knows his limitations. He knows everything. It's just, I wonder if they're gonna. I don't think Brock Purdy has to play perfect to win this game. He just needs to play safe, consistent football to win this game. And that may be, well, look at you, Captain Obvious, but this game is a very obvious game, right? The 49ers cannot play the same way that they did against Detroit and Green Bay at the start. And, that leads to the next point. Defensively. Now, defense, you haven't been on the same level as you were, throughout, the entire regular season, right? You let Detroit run all over you. You let Green Bay, well, I will say this with Green Bay, you did limit their scoring to, field goals instead of touchdowns, which, more of that. I think the Green Bay performance is, a good example there. But I think I'm mostly focusing on the defensive line here, right? One of their guards is going to be out, and, I gotta give credit to, the guy who's been his replacement, his, backup. He's doing a good job there at guard. But here's the thing about it. If you're paying all this money to Armstead, Hargrave, you got first round pick Chase Young, Randy Gregory. I know this isn't the line that had Charles Omenihu and Ebukam on it, but still, Hargrave is supposed to be one of the best defensive linemen in the game. Armstead, I know he's coming back from an injury, but come on, speed it up. Here. And, basically, as I said before, right, if this defense can play at a level that they did against Green Bay, right, which was just, hey, get all your yards with whoever, Travis Kelce, McCall Harmon, all that. Who cares? But just limit how they score, make, Mahomes a bit frustrated, if that makes. And it's it's going to be an interesting watch, this defense. Because here's the thing about it. I fully believe in the San Francisco 49ers offense to probably go head-to-head with the Kansas City's defense. It's just, does the 49ers defense be able to go against this Kansas City offense? And that's what worries me the most about this game. But I think, Super Bowls should bring out the best in everyone, in my opinion here. And a good point that I read from this article on, I think, 49ers Nation, right? Kyle Shanahan has said the 49ers have not played a complete game all year. And this is in the same year that they blew out Dallas and the Eagles. I think, that has to warrant something from this 49ers, that there is an extra gear that this offense, that this defense, that this special teams can get into. And I know they don't care about narratives, but just think about it, right? You are Kyle Shanahan. This is your third Super Bowl appearance, second time as a head coach. You finally had the one thing that you didn't have, last time you face off against the Chiefs. A quarterback that you fully trust in, you think is the best quarterback you've probably had since Matt Ryan. I don't think this 49ers team is going to go down pathetically. I honestly think this will be a game that is very high scoring or high, stats, both offensively with the rushing and passing. So, in my opinion, as I said before, the 49ers have not played their best game. When's the best time to play your best game? In the Super Bowl, when you have nothing else to play for after. A 60-minute game where you can give it your all. And it's just going to be a very interesting watch for this 49ers team. And yeah, I'm picking the 49ers to win. Is that the most homer take I can have? Absolutely. But here's the thing about it. I think, the 49ers went into the last Super Bowl appearance in a bit different way than the Chiefs did, right? The Chiefs, they had to make the comebacks to win it, and then, 49ers, they just steamrolled into it. And, 49ers had to make 2 comebacks this postseason. And I think that matters. You're a coach that has not been able to make these comebacks, and somehow you came out in the second half, your entire staff figured out ways to win the game. So that's why I'm picking the 49ers to win this Super Bowl. If I'm wrong, I'll still be here Monday or Tuesday talking about what went wrong, what went right, if there's anything that can even be learned from this, I'm guessing if the 49ers lose, it's going to be very heartbreaking fashion type way. Jake Moody misses a field goal type stuff. But that's, football, right? So yeah, this has been Dawson Schrader. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.